This popcorn-style review contains scenes from another video. Macross. Macross is probably, it's the anime that started, I would say, the second largest mecha franchise as far as anime goes, after Gundam, of course. I don't have any proof that Macross is the second largest mecha anime franchise, but I literally can't think of anything that would be bigger than it, so it's Macross because I say so. And the basic idea behind Macross is that in 1999, an alien spaceship crashed on Earth, and wars were fought over acquiring it, and then the world got united under the UN, I think, and they rebuilt the spaceship, and the year is now the distant future of 2009, where the Macross, which is the name of this alien spaceship, is going to be brought up into space for the first time. And then when it does, it ends up being a trap, and it starts a war with a group of aliens called the Zentrandi. There is series where it feels like they had a strong premise, and they have a really strong opening, but they have no fucking idea where the show is going. Macross is the exact opposite. It has a weak premise, a terrible opening, but I felt like they did know where it was going from the beginning. It's really not interesting for the first 8 episodes, but once we get into episode 8 or 9 or something like that, we become introduced to the concept of protoculture and culture. So we find out that the Zentrandi have weaknesses to things like kissing and singing and art and just basic forms of expression. And there's an explanation into this later in the series, but I'm not really going to get into it. And it has 3 main characters, which is Minmay, Misa, and Hikaru. And they kind of form a pseudo-love triangle. They're really only a love triangle for 5 episodes, because for the majority of the damn series, Minmay has no fucking interest in Hikaru. But, which people say Minmay's a bitch for not having any interest in Hikaru, but it's just because they get stuck in a fucking sewer for 3 goddamn days together doesn't mean that he's fucking entitled to her. So, and Minmay's fucking nice to everyone, except for Kifune, her cousin. She's nice to everyone except for her cousin, which, to be fair, her cousin is the fucking worst and no one's nice to him, so, good, but yeah, so I don't get the Minmay hate. But what I really appreciate about Macross is that the characters suck at the beginning. Basically, all of them are pretty generic, just flat little pieces of white bread. But, as the series goes on and minor, sort of cliche hangups they have begin, to get expounded on, it becomes, they become more in-depth characters as it goes, as they, react to the scenarios around them. And by the end of it, you stop caring about the fucking Zentrandi War, probably because you never did, because it's never interesting, and you start caring more about the Zentrandi's reactions to culture, and you start caring more about the, expanding, developing relationship between the main characters. And what I think Macross does really well is after episode 8, everything Macross does well is after episode 8, is it really develops its characters exceptionally well. And I feel like where the characters end at the end of the series is exactly where they should end. So yeah, there's a couple issues with Macross though, other than having a terrible opening, is that one interesting thing it does is around episode 27, the series meets its logical conclusion, and it's okay, this is where this ends. Macross has 36 episodes, so they keep going for 9, 10 more episodes after the logical conclusion. There's a time skip after the logical conclusion of Macross, and you think it's wow, I'm surprised they're still going with it. And you wonder, do they have enough material for 9 episodes after the conclusion in episode 27? And the answer is no, they did not. They had enough for 5 episodes, and then the last 3 episodes just kind of drag out the plot a little bit, especially with the love triangle angle. But by the end, I feel like everyone gets to where they should have gotten, and I feel like the ending suits the characters and the setting pretty well. It wasn't particularly climactic, which is why I transitioned the way I did. But overall, Macross was a pretty decent experience. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. You're Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.